The note of orange blossom is one of my absolute favorite notes in fragrance. So I have all of my orange blossom fragrances here to share with you today. We'll be talking briefly about each one of them, and I will also be ranking them for you. If you're interested, then just keep watching. Before we get into the video, I do want to quickly introduce myself for those of you who may be new here. My name is Ayesha. I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're interested in, please consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So as I said, this video will be about my orange blossom fragrances. If you're not familiar with the smell of orange blossom, to me, it smells like you have an orange, like an actual navel orange. It smells like the juice of that actual orange mixed with a bit of a floral touch. As many of you all probably know, I actually live in Florida, and I'm actually from Florida originally. So I have been around like actual orange trees, and my parents actually have an orange tree in their yard. So last time I was there, I went to the orange tree, and like as soon as I was in the vicinity, I could immediately smell the orange blossom. But I did want to give you guys a brief description for those of you who may not be familiar with the actual smell of orange blossom. Orange blossom is a very popular note in fragrance, and so a lot of fragrances have orange blossom somewhere in them. The fragrances that we're going to be talking about today are focused on the orange blossom. So to me, the orange blossom is the most prominent note, or maybe up in the top 2 of the most prominent notes. So I just wanted to make that clarification, because to me, these fragrances are all about the orange blossom. It's not just like orange blossom is a supporting role. So let's go ahead and get into the fragrances. So I have 8 fragrances to share with you today, and I am going from my least favorite to my most favorite, but I will say none of these are bad fragrances. I do enjoy all of them. So even my least favorite is not one that I dislike. So the first fragrance that I have to share with you in 8th place is from Roja Parfums, and this is Reckless Essence de Parfum. Now this fragrance was sent to me. I have not had it for that long. This is one that I have been wanting to try for a while because I've heard a lot about it. But for me, it just kind of falls short of what I'm looking for in a fragrance. And again, that does not mean it's a bad fragrance. It's just not my favorite. So when I first smell this fragrance, I immediately get the orange blossom. I get some vanilla. It is a little bit sweet, but it's a lot more floral than what I was expecting. As this fragrance dries down, it becomes less sweet. The orange blossom is still there, but it is mixed with the other florals in this fragrance. And although I still think orange blossom is the most prominent note, it just is not enough orange blossom there for me. This is a very elegant fragrance. I think this would be perfect for someone who loves floral fragrances, especially if you like the note of orange blossom, because this is very elegant. It's a great daytime fragrance. I think you can wear it to a variety of occasions. I wouldn't wear this at night. I just feel like this is definitely for the day. I can see myself wearing this to church, to lunch, to work. It's just a very pleasant scent. But for me, it's a little bit too elegant. It's just not really my style. It is a beautiful fragrance though, and I would recommend it if you're looking for an orange blossom scent that is very classy. So again, that is Reckless Essence de Parfum from Roja. The next fragrance that I have to share with you is from Louis Vuitton, and this is Contre Moi. So this fragrance, again, is an orange blossom scent, but this time it's mixed with vanilla, but it's not necessarily sweet. So to me, the orange blossom is still, it's fighting with vanilla for the most prominent spot, to be honest. To me, it's kind of tied with the vanilla, but it's not a sweet vanilla and it's not a sweet orange blossom. To me, this fragrance has a lot of greenness to it. And I can see some people saying that this fragrance is actually bitter because of that greenness. But overall, it is a really beautiful and very unique scent. So I know it's at number 7, but I actually really enjoy this fragrance. You can see I've used a ton of it. I think this is good for the person who's looking for an orange blossom scent and you like vanilla, but you don't like overly sweet things. I definitely think this is 100% unisex. I could definitely see a man wearing this. And I feel like if you're wearing this fragrance, you're not gonna come across many people who smell like you. This to me is probably the most unique fragrance in this lineup that I have to share with you. And although it's number 7, I do really enjoy it. It's just, I have to kind of be in the mood for it because it is quite green and it's not sweet. And I tend to go for sweeter fragrances, but it's still very, very well done. So I definitely recommend this, or at least going to smell it or getting a sample from Louis Vuitton. They always give you samples if you buy stuff from them. But I think even if you go in there and smell their fragrances, they'll give you samples to try, most of them anyway. So again, that is Contre Moi from Louis Vuitton. In 7th place, I have Benevolence from House of Sillage. Again, this is a fragrance that was sent to me, but it is a beautiful orange blossom and vanilla combination again. I feel like orange blossom and vanilla just go really well together, and that's why you're kind of seeing a lot of that in this video thus far. But it's sweet, but this one is not overly sweet. It's not sugary sweet. This is a very sophisticated sweet fragrance. In addition to the orange blossom and vanilla, I believe this has bitter almond in it, which gives it a little bit of something different. And overall, when I smell this, I just think of a very elegant, classy fragrance that is still on the sweet side. So I really recommend this for people that, again, want to try an orange blossom fragrance, but they don't want something too sweet, but they definitely want something sweet and feminine and elegant. I think this would be an awesome choice. It's not too much in any direction. It's just a very overall pleasant scent. And every time I wear this, I just feel very pretty. So again, that is Benevolence from House of Sillage. So in 5th place, we have a bit of a difference from the first 3. This is from Tom Ford, and it is Mandarino di Amalfi. So this fragrance I really, really enjoy, especially in the summertime. It's quite refreshing. So to me, this orange blossom is the epitome of an aquatic orange blossom scent. So the orange blossom is there and you can smell it. It has a slight sweetness to it, but it's not overly sweet. And then it's mixed with these aquatic type notes. So it gives it a bit of a watery feel, and it definitely has some sort of citrus in this fragrance. I don't know if it's lime or bergamot, but it gives it a little bit of zest. To me, this fragrance is very energizing. It's very refreshing, and this is perfect for hot summer days. And although it's an aquatic scent, I don't feel like it goes down the road of a generic aquatic or a generic citrus scent. And I think that's because of the orange blossom in this fragrance, because the orange blossom is just so pretty. It smells very pure in this fragrance, and I absolutely love this one. So again, that is Mandarino di Amalfi from Tom Ford. So in 4th place, I have Jean Paul Gaultier Classique Essence de Parfum. This fragrance, I'm pretty sure, is discontinued, but you can still find it some places. It is not that easy to find, so if I am able to find it, I will link it for you all. But I feel like a lot of the Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances go that way. Like, it's hard to find a lot of the flankers. But anyway, this fragrance is absolutely gorgeous. So to me, this is more of a spicy orange blossom scent. So the orange blossom in this is sweet. It is very like full when I smell it. That's what I think of, like a very full orange blossom scent. But it also has ginger in it, and that gives it a lot of like zest and zing. Now this fragrance is definitely not for everybody. I've heard some people say they don't like this, but in my opinion, it's very, very pretty. And although I said this is a spicy orange blossom scent, to me, it's not like super spicy. This is something I can wear during the day. I've worn this to work. I've worn it to church. I've worn it at all kinds of random places, but I can also see myself wearing this like a hot summer night as well. I think this performs best in warmer weather, but I've also worn this in the cold. So it's very versatile in my opinion. And to me, it's quite unique. I have heard it be compared to Safenat from Parfums de Marly. I know that's a very popular one, so I know a lot of you have smelled that one. And I do think they are similar, but not the same. I think Safenat is definitely sweeter and it doesn't have that zesty kick like this one does, but the orange blossom does smell similar in the two fragrances. So I thought I would throw that in there in case you have Safenat. I do not, but I know a lot of you have smelled it. So that is Jean Paul Gaultier Classique Essence de Parfum. In the number 3 spot, I have Jo Malone Orange Blossom Cologne. Now, mine is in a limited edition bottle. However, this fragrance is one of their regular fragrances, so they have it all the time. It's not limited edition. The bottle just is. So this fragrance is the epitome of orange blossom to me. This smells like I'm standing under an orange blossom tree. Like, literally, it is so fresh. It's sweet. It is just absolutely beautiful. Every time I smell it, it just gives me that type of nostalgic feeling. It's so literal. It's not overly sweet. It's not overly strong. It's not headache inducing. To me, it's just like pure orange blossom loveliness. And I definitely think you should smell this. Even if you're not interested in buying it, go buy Jo Malone Counter. If you want to know what orange blossom smells like, go smell this one, because this to me smells the most natural out of any of the orange blossom fragrances I've ever tried. I love to wear this in the spring and summer. It just makes me happy. It feels quite refreshing, and it's not a citrus. So a lot of times when I want to go for a refreshing scent, I will go for a citrus fragrance. This is not a citrus fragrance, but it still gives me that same like refreshing feeling. And yeah, it just smells so good. I get compliments when I wear this too. I know Jo Malone gets a lot of flack for not being long lasting, but on my skin, this is not horrible. I mean, when you smell this type of scent, I wouldn't expect it to last all day, but it definitely lasts about 4 hours and I can smell it. And like I said, people compliment me on this. And I think it's just a really beautiful smell. So again, that is Orange Blossom Cologne from Jo Malone. So in the number 2 spot, I have Love Don't Be Shy Extreme. So this fragrance is a limited edition, supposedly, but it's still available and it has been available for quite a while. I think it went away like shortly after it came out, but now it's been back at least the last 3 or 4 months. So I don't know. Anyway, this is gorgeous. To me, this smells like a sweet marshmallow and orange blossom fragrance, but it also has some rose in the background that breaks up some of the sweetness. So when you think about marshmallow, you think about like a juvenile sweetness, but in this one, to me, it smells just like a very playful, sweet orange blossom scent. And the rose that's in this really just helps keep it from going that juvenile route, in my opinion. I also think that the way that this fragrance is done, it feels very lightweight when you're wearing it, although you can still smell it. So to me, when the breeze hits this one, I prefer to wear this in like spring, summer. When the breeze hits this, it just smells so delicious. I almost think the sillage of this is better than actually smelling it on my skin. It is absolutely gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I definitely think this is an easier fragrance than the original Love Don't Be Shy. So if you smelled the original and you didn't like it or you thought it was too much, then maybe try to get your nose on this one, because this is just so well done. I know this is the extreme version, but in my opinion, it's not more intense. It's actually less intense than the original Love Don't Be Shy. But it's absolutely beautiful, and like I killed this spring, summer. Again, that is Love Don't Be Shy Extreme. And then in the number 1 spot, we have Love Don't Be Shy. This is the original version. Mine is in a black bottle because it's old, but the newer versions are just look like this. So this fragrance is an absolute love of mine. It's in my top 10 list of fragrances. And to me, this is just a very sugary, sweet orange blossom and marshmallow scent. I do think that because this is so like sugary and like syrupy, I don't think it's for everybody. I think it's gonna be too sweet for a lot of people. But for me, I love it. I love this fragrance. When I describe it, I feel like it sounds so simple, but when I wear it, it feels quite complex. And I know that's gonna be like a personal opinion. I know I've heard a lot of people say it's not worth the money, it's juvenile, it's kiddish, it just smells like syrup. I would disagree with all of that. I love this fragrance. I think it wears so well on my skin, and I think this is one that you definitely have to try on the skin, because when I spray it on a piece of paper, I love it, right? But when I spray it on my skin, like I love it. Like it just goes so well with my body chemistry. It's not too strong for me, but it definitely makes its presence known. And although there are a lot of dupes out there, or a lot of fragrances that are compared to this fragrance, I still love this one. I still love this one. I mean, I love Extreme as well. I love both of these, but for me, if I had to choose between them, I still would go for the OG. I love it. So I definitely wanted to put this at number 1 because I'm just being honest. I know it gets a lot of flack, but I love it. So it's my number 1. Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian. So those were my orange blossom fragrances. Let me know in the comments down below if you like orange blossom as a note and fragrance. Have you tried any of the fragrances that I mentioned? And if you like orange blossom, let me know what is your favorite orange blossom fragrance. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure you're subscribed and have your notification bells on so that you don't miss a video from me. Over here, I post a new video every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Also, if you're not already following me on Instagram, go ahead and do that as well. It's so easy for me to interact with you guys, and I feel like we have such great conversations in my DMs. So definitely check me out on Instagram. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.